You won't believe what just happened. After months of silence, confusion, and behind-the-scenes maneuvering, the Iran nuclear talks have come flickering back to life, but not with hope, with chaos. In a dramatic twist, Iranian officials have confirmed their willingness to re-enter nuclear negotiations with the United States, even as military tensions continue to rise and trust is at absolute zero. And here's where it gets surreal. The very regime that has enriched uranium past every red line, that has funded proxy wars and threatened American allies in broad daylight, is now playing peacemaker, while Washington scrambles to look like it's still in control. Welcome back to American Info. This isn't diplomacy. This is desperation. Let's not forget how we got here. The original nuclear deal, crafted under Obama, shredded under Trump, was sold to the public as a masterstroke of peace. Billions in frozen assets handed back to Tehran in exchange for vague promises and delayed inspections. We were told it was a deal or war. Well, guess what? We got both. Iran took the cash, restarted enrichment, and started a shadow war across the Middle East. Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen, all lit up. American troops targeted, tankers seized, embassies threatened. And now the Biden administration, flailing in foreign policy, bruised by electoral pressure and desperate for a win, is inching back to the table. Why? Because they've run out of ideas. According to insiders, the U.S. State Department has been quietly signaling to European allies to repackage the old framework under a new name. The so-called compliance for compliance proposal is back on the desk. That's code for lifting sanctions first and trusting Iran to behave later. But here's the kicker. Iran isn't offering full compliance. They want a phased approach, delayed inspections, and immunity for their revolutionary guards. In other words, they want all the benefits of diplomacy with none of the accountability. And Washington, they're considering it. Why? Because the alternative is admitting failure. Because this administration is terrified of escalation and more terrified of appearing weak. And while this geopolitical theater plays out, here's what the media won't tell you. Iran's centrifuges are still spinning. Their stockpile of enriched uranium has passed 60% purity, within striking distance of weapons grade. Israeli intelligence has warned of a breakout time measured in weeks, not months. And America? We're not preparing. We're posturing. While Tehran strengthens ties with Russia and China, hosts joint naval drills in the Gulf, and celebrates its alliance with Assad and Hezbollah, we're holding Zoom meetings and sending diplomatic feelers through third parties. This is what passes for strategy in 2025. But don't be fooled, this isn't just about nukes. This is about the credibility of the United States on the world stage. About whether our word means anything. About whether the red lines we draw mean anything. Because if Iran can cheat, lie, stall, and still get welcomed back into the diplomatic fold, then what's the message to North Korea? What's the message to China over Taiwan? What's the message to every rogue state watching? Simple, defy America long enough and Washington will blink. And here's the most insulting part. The same people who called Trump reckless for exiting the original deal are now realizing he was right. The framework was flawed. The oversight was a joke. And the cash payouts empowered the very regime we claim to be restraining. But they can't admit it. So instead, they're quietly rebuilding the same failed agreement, hoping the public won't notice. They'll call it something new. Dress it up with vague promises. But underneath, it's the same disastrous appeasement, just with a fresh coat of diplomatic paint. Meanwhile, the Iranian people suffer. Protesters shot in the streets. Women jailed for showing their hair. Journalists disappeared. And yet, we sit down with their regime like it's business as usual. Where are the human rights champions now? Where are the progressive voices demanding justice? Silent. Because it's not politically convenient. Because in the Biden White House, image comes before integrity. Let's be clear, Iran hasn't changed. It hasn't moderated. It hasn't become a responsible actor. It's the same regime that chants death to America on state TV. The same regime that arms militias from Gaza to Baghdad. The same regime that threatens genocide against Israel while playing the victim in Vienna. And now, with oil prices climbing and sanctions enforcement weakening, Iran smells opportunity. They know Biden's team is desperate to avoid headlines of failure, and they're exploiting it masterfully. This isn't diplomacy. It's a humiliation. A slow-motion collapse of American authority wrapped in press releases and photo ops. And when the deal is finally signed, because make no mistake, they'll sign something, you'll be told it's a historic achievement. You'll be told peace is at hand. But remember what's really happening. We are paying off our enemies to delay their aggression. We are rewarding defiance. And we are pretending weakness is wisdom. This was today's urgent update. We want to make it clear that our videos do not contain any misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver true and verified news to you. If you appreciated this report, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the American Info channel. Thank you.